The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another show with Cards on the Table with Queen V. How's everybody doing? I hope that you had a blessed week. Wow, these days are going by so fast. Like, I really just can't believe it. But the only thing that's getting me is this weather. One day it's hot. The next day I'm shivering. I got a sweater on. I got a little heater in front of me. So I don't know which way to take it. Way the weather is going. Speaking of the weather, I'm feeling kind of under the weather now. That's with the pollen with the trees and everything. So just started to get a little headache, and my nose started to get a little stuffy with my allergies. So for all you allergy sufferers out there, I know exactly how you feel. But thank you so much for each and every one of you that are tuning into the show today. Today I have a special guest. She's also one of my sponsors, a Positive Queens group that I have. Shout out to all the Positive Queens that are listening in right now. Her name is Angela Patella, and absolutely awesome woman. I've only known her for a short time, but I tell you what, she made just such a great impact on my life in the short time that I've known her. So I'm just so thankful that she's going to be calling into the show, and then we have some exciting things that we're going to discuss. So you sit back and enjoy the ride. There's just so many crazy things. There's so much craziness that's going on right now, especially with Kanye West. I think Kanye West has gone east. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to social media or the news. Kanye West has had a breakdown. Yeah, he's had a breakdown, and he made a comment that didn't sit too well, not only with the African American community, but with a lot of other people as well. Kanye West made a statement. Was down into TMZ Studios, and he made a statement, and he said that slavery was a choice. Yes, you heard it right. Slavery was a choice. So it's sort of like when he said that, the world was like, huh? What do you mean slavery was a choice? So one of the producers of TMZ had gotten up, and he challenged Kanye, saying how disappointed he was with him saying something like that out of his mouth, that he was very disappointed, not only in him, but he felt that he was speaking on behalf of all of his fans and the different people that have looked up to Kanye, because he has always spoken out for the African American community. He's always spoke out against what he felt was wrong, both politically and personally against people. And for him to say something like slavery was a choice was just totally like un-Kanye. They say that he would rather be white than black. That's kind of like really stretching it. But there's so many different things that's being said about him, and the different memes that's on social media. They have a picture of Kanye West, but Kanye West is like 10 shades lighter than he should be, or than his natural skin color. There were just a lot of things, and they're still going on with it even today. And this happened a few days ago that he said that, but especially the African American community is not having it. They are not trying to hear about what Kanye had to say. They're feeling that it was a slap in the face, and he drew such strong criticism from so many, not only people in the community, but in the world, and also with a lot of A-listers and a lot of celebrities that are not really feeling Kanye. They said that he dropped well over a couple 100,000 of followers on Twitter, like people just dropped because of what he said. Like he lost a lot of followers. He has a new CD that's coming out, an album that's coming out, and I was thinking that it would just be done just to draw attention to himself to boost sales. But I do not know who his promotional person is or his PR. But wrong move. Wrong move. If you are going to promote something, or if you have something that you want to see increase sales, do not, I repeat, do not offend the very core of people that follow you and support you. You don't go around and offend your supporters when you're trying to get money, you're trying to boost sales. I mean, I have no idea what his team was thinking, but I'm going to say everybody should be fired. Everybody should be fired from what Kanye has said out of his mouth. So good luck to you, Kanye. I don't know what's going to be happening from here on in. They say Kanye should cash in his black card. They say Kanye should cash in his black card. They're saying mute Kanye. Don't play any of his music. Don't buy any of his records. Don't do anything. Mute Kanye. Now, for me, if Kanye wanted to come on to this show, I'm not going to revoke his black card per se, but I would ask Kanye to put his cards on the table. That's what this show is about, cards on the table with Queen V. I would invite Kanye to put his cards on the table because I really, really, really want to know what the heck he was thinking about when he said something like that. So we'll see how this thing unfolds, and yet again, another celebrity is in the because of something they've done or something that they've said. I see that Russell Simmons has been acquitted of his wrongdoing. He was accused of raping someone that was associated with him, and he had been acquitted on all of his charges. So it just goes to say that if you're in the right, or if you're right, eventually that will prevail. If you're not doing anything, the truth eventually will come out. And not only that, but the truth will set you free. It just seems like just so prevalent now that you're hearing about so many celebrities, so many people that are having allegations that are being brought up today that have happened way back in the past. And I was discussing with Tawana Jackson last week, and we spoke at length about Bill Cosby, and we spoke at length about R. Kelly, and now you have the Mute R. Kelly movement that's taking place. It seems like the time is up, for a lot of these celebrities. Only thing about it is about the common people, the people who are not celebrities, that suffer from these things every day, and they don't have that power. They don't have that that media to gain attention on what has been taking place for a long time. And for those people, I say, don't give up just because your story is not in the limelight or what has happened to you is not in the limelight. Continue to fight. If something happens with you, report it then. Don't wait a long time to report it, because it may not have as much credibility as someone that is quote unquote a celebrity, as opposed to someone that is not so much in the public eye. But here at Cards on the Table with Queen V, I want to let you know that I am for anybody who has gone through a traumatic experience in their life and wants to voice their opinion about it, wants to talk about it. If you want to talk to me about some things that have taken place, and you don't feel like you have anybody to turn to, I want to invite you to email me. You can send me an email at positivequeens@gmail.com. Positive Queens with an S at gmail.com. And I do exactly what it is I do every day. I empower, uplift, and inspire individuals that otherwise feel hopeless, into feeling hopeful, because there is hope. And as I was speaking about Kanye West earlier, people were saying something about everybody downing him and who's helping him because of his mental illness, his mental instability. He must be mentally unstable, first of all, to make a comment like that. And second of all, to just go on these rampages. I, for one, follow Kanye West on Twitter, and when I tell you that my phone constantly goes out during the day, Kanye's tweeted this, Kanye's tweeted that, Kanye's tweeted. I got to the point where I don't even look at it when my phone makes a particular sound, because I know Kanye's doing something else. You know, after a while, some of it seems to be attention seeking, but it makes you wonder with the people that are close to him, people that call themselves quote unquote friends, what exactly are they saying to him? What are they telling him? Who's advising him? Where are the people that love him? Because if he is mentally ill, mental illness is very, very serious. It's a serious thing that people sometimes tend to look over until it's too late. You have a lot of people that are suffering. They're suffering in silence. And one thing I want to say is that just because you see somebody with sunshine on their face does not mean that it's not raining inside. Do not let somebody else's sunshine or their smile cover up what could be going on inside. When you ask somebody how they're doing, you know, really, really mean it. Don't just do it just because you feel, you know, when we say how you doing, it's usually rhetorical. We don't expect somebody to say, oh, I'm doing horrible. Things are not going so well for me, or this or that or this, you know. But we should definitely find out what's going on with people. And it just sets a bad precedent when we have people that are so close to us, and we don't reach out to them the way that we should, especially if we say that we care about a particular person. That mental illness is definitely something that it's on the rise, and if gone unchanged, if it goes unchanged, that you know, we'll see more spikes in suicide and things of that nature. Right now, I'm reaching out to my guest, Angela Patella, and she's a very big supporter of mine, and she's also the owner of Angela's Travel. She was trying to call me, and unfortunately, she couldn't get through. So I'm going to calling her right now. Angela, are you on?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on today. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell everybody out there. I've already said who you are. I said a little bit about what you do, but only you can give a full detail about your life. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I was born with cerebral palsy. For those people that don't know, cerebral palsy is basically a stroke at birth. It's due to a deprivation of oxygen to the brain, and that led to a lot of physical complications for myself. It resulted in me not being able to walk, and I utilize a wheelchair. Basically, my day-to-day routine consists of having people come in and out of my home. I'm on 24-hour care, and basically, it's led through a lot of physical challenges. I've gone through lifelong physical therapy, try to overcome some of the physical challenges, but I can tell you I don't let that stop me. So.
Okay, because I hear you say that you had a cerebral palsy. You had this since birth?
Yes. I was born I was born in 28 weeks. I was born premature. So that presented itself with a lot of complications. In fact, the doctors, from what I understand, told my parents that I was only supposed to live for 24 hours. And they said that if I did live past 24 hours, I was supposed to be deaf, blind, and have other complications, a vegetable, for the rest of my life. And by miracle of God, things turned out otherwise. I do have physical challenges, but they're not nearly as bad as what the doctor said. So,
wow.
I'm
So the
very
doctor
grateful
said
for
you
that.
weren't going to live for as long as you did, and guess what? You beat the odds. Oh, what a blessing your life is.
Yes.
But tell us about a little bit about what is exactly you do.
Well, Angie's Travel is an all-around travel agent. We have packages worldwide, air, land, and sea for all occasions. But I also specialize in travel for people with disabilities. There are other agencies out there that do the same thing, specializing travel for people with disabilities, but I pride myself on doing things a little bit differently because the agencies that tend to specialize in disability travel tend to charge an astronomical fee for their services, because some of them also provide home attendants to go with the people to travel. So that becomes an extraordinary expense for a lot of people to be able to afford. Basically, a lot of people would be dipping into their life savings just to be able to take a trip. So one of the things that I like to do is when I assist somebody with a physical situation, I can relate to them a lot better than the average person who may not have a disability because I'm living it myself. But the other thing also is that I offer, whether you have a disability or not, I offer flex plans, which makes it affordable for people to travel so that if you don't have the money right away, you could, pay it off little by little so it's more affordable for you to travel.
Let me just say that you just said a mouthful because not only are you not letting your I'm not even going to say a handicap. What I'm going to say is your uniqueness. You are not letting your uniqueness stop you from doing what it is that you need to do. And not only that, but you're also reaching back and touching others. You are looking out for people that have other unique things about them that that they stand out from. So I definitely want to applaud you on doing that, first of all. And then not only that, but not letting your uniqueness stop you from doing something, because a lot of people have things that go wrong in their life, especially if they feel like they're physically limited and they're allowing it to limit themselves from doing other things. But you have started your own business. You stepped out and started your own business, and not only that, but you're making sure that you are accommodating other people with unique people. And not only that, but for people that otherwise can't afford to take trips, that you're actually accommodating those people as well. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
So how supportive is your family? Because I know that you are basically you're wheelchair bound, so you don't walk. So how supportive, or what type of a support system do you have? Because a lot of people don't have a strong support system. Either they're in homes, or they don't have anybody they really could talk to, or they're not really surrounded by a lot of family. Because let's face it, a lot of people have to go off with their lives, and to actually have to take time out to care for somebody else, is a great weight. So what type of a support system do you have?
I gotta tell you, I've been really lucky since day one. My parents have been a great support, as well as my brother. I have to say my entire family has been really supportive. My cousins who grew up around me have also had a very good attitude toward me. Ever since I was young, I've always had an attitude that I really wasn't different than anybody else. I did, got in trouble like everybody else. I tried to experience some of the same physical stuff. Trial and error, you would see me trying to, jump on the jungle gym, and I would fall and stuff, but I never felt like I was different from anybody else in my family. My mom and dad have been a really great support. They've always backed me with anything I've ever wanted to do, even though sometimes they might have their doubts in my ability to be able to do something. They know, I think, from being around me so long now, that I always find a way. I might have to do things a little bit differently than you or some other people, but I always get to where I want to go most times. So, and I have to give them the credit for that because they never make me feel like I was any different from anybody else. They never put any different expectations on me. So I thank them for that.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing that you have such a support system with your parents and your siblings. And then we have Mother's Day that's coming up. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. See, Mother's Day is every day to me. If I want something every day, don't just do one day. One day is not good enough for me. But with Mother's Day approaching, as you and I had a conversation earlier, I'm told that your mother has come out to visit you. How befitting.
Yes, it's going to be a great Mother's Day. I see my mom about 3-4 times a year. She comes down and, wants to see everything that I'm doing, and she's very excited about me being on the show tonight. I don't know if people know what you do, but she's also a part of Positive Queen. She monitors on the internet. She's very excited that I'm on the show tonight because she knows what an effect you and your group have had on me in such a short period of time. She just said to me today that she sees me changing for the better. So I like to applaud you and the people around you that have brought me out. And I feel myself changing also for the better. So thank you for that.
Wow. To hear things like that, it drives me. It lets me know that me spending so much of my time and putting so much of my time into Positive Queens is not in vain, that we're actually changing lives. We're actually out in the community doing for others because, as I was saying earlier, you never know what's going on inside of somebody's mind or what they may be battling with. And as I was speaking, I made a reference to Kanye West about how people were saying he has a mental illness and how he's unstable. I'm just so happy that you have family that is supporting you and that is there for you, and that your mom got to come out and to see you. And what a great Mother's Day gift that is. Just for her to be able to come out and to visit you. What is it that actually drives you? What gives you that drive? Because I know some mornings I get up, I'm just not with it. Like, don't look at me, don't talk to me, don't nothing to me. I got to get my coffee, and, you feel kind of sluggish. What is it that drives Angela every day?
I just always try every day when I get up in the morning, after I thank God, I always try to say, what is it that I want to do today? And the biggest thing that I tell myself every day is, the whole reason why I started this, the whole reason why I feel like I'm here on this earth is because I'm meant to help somebody. So you never know when you get up in the morning who you're going to inspire, who you're going to encounter. And like you say yourself all the time, I could be getting up in the morning, encountering somebody in the street who's feeling bad about themselves. And just by me smiling at them, you never know. You could change somebody's life, So that's really what drives me, is that every morning when I wake up, not only do I want to do better for me, but I have that drive to want to help people and do better for somebody else.
Wow.
It's not always easy. It's not, I'm not perfect. It's sometimes hard for me to get up in the morning. But I got to find it within me to say, no, I got to get up because there's somebody out there that needs me. If I don't know who they are, but somebody needs me for something.
Wow. Just got me choked up, kind of. I just can't. Did you, a person that is wheelchair bound, but you are looking to help somebody else, one would think that you're so focused on yourself and you getting around, you doing certain things, but here you are in the midst of what is going on with you on a daily basis, worrying about somebody else. How extraordinary you are.
Thank you.
That is just such an awesome thing that you do inspire. And I do speak to a lot of people that say that they've spoken to you on the phone, like you talk, you make phone calls to people, and that's just wonderful. And I think that if a lot of people thought that way and they looked outside of the box, stepped outside of themselves and stepped out to help other people, the world will be a much better place, because You have so many people that are very self-centered, worried about just what's going on with them. They're in a bubble, and they could care less about the outside world. It's just all about them. But for you to actually set an example and be that example, you are an inspiration to me.
Thank you.
Do you have any goals? What are your goals? You're doing the travel now, and I know that you are helping me to orchestrate a trip to Uganda for for our benevolency that we're going to be doing the missionary there. Do you have any goals or things that you want to do?
Well, this year I also did something else. I was 42 pounds over the weight that I am now. So over the course of 2 years, I lost 42 pounds. And one of the things that I got inspired to do along the way on my weight loss journey is to help other people in that field as well. By no means am I a nutritionist or anything like that, but I can kind of show them the way I went through things. And when they're feeling down about exercising and stuff, I can kind of hopefully motivate them, because I did it with no exercise virtually. It was 80% of what I put in my mouth, and the rest of it was mindset. So that's one of the things I hope to do this year, is to get some people that want to lose weight and maybe help somebody in that way. That's one of my goals for this year.
Wow, because you said a mouthful there, and I mean a literal mouthful, like food mouthful. You said you were 40-something pounds overweight. Like, wow, because you can't outrun your fault. You can work out all you want, but if you're eating all the wrong things, which, I got to admit, I got some cookies or a bag of chips in the cut. You just have that. For me, you just have to have some kind of comfort food. You have to have some kind of something. But I find that to be extraordinary, too, that you're also still trying to help people to lose the weight. What would you say would be one of the main factors? I know you're not a nutritionist or anything else, but helpful hints and tips are always good.
Never deprive yourself of anything completely. I hear people going on these crazy diets like, oh, I can't eat no carbs because I'm on a diet. I feel from my experience, I was on almost every diet that was out there. Once you start depriving your body of specific things, your body's going to go crazy. You're going to crave that thing more, and it's going to put you in a setback. What I found to help be the most helpful is to try and balance your meals out. You have to have a balanced diet, because without that balance, you're just going to go crazy. So what I would say, start little by little by detoxing your body of sugar and start introducing yourself with healthy stuff. Make sure you got your fruits and vegetables. Make sure you're avoiding processed meat stuff, as much as possible. Drink that water. Eliminate the soda. Eliminate anything that's not real food. Anything basically that's in a box is not good for you. That's what I was saying.
Got me about ready to fall out the chair, because you done named so many things that I like. First of all, you said the sugar. I'm drinking some green tea right now, and I got my sugar in there. I got to taste my sweet and my sugar. You said the sodas. I'm a Coke soda drinker. I'm like, I love Coke soda. So you telling me I got to get rid? I can't go cold turkey on all of them. I do got the water though. I have a case of water.
Little by little, you just eliminate little by little. It takes about 2 weeks, I would say, for your body to be able to rid yourself of the sugar and not start getting, cravings and stuff. But little by little, done. Just little changes every day. If you're a sedentary person that doesn't exercise much, get out there and start walking. Get on a treadmill for 30 minutes. Just make little changes every day, and before you know it, you're going to see that weight drop.
Yeah, I've started to, I walk every morning, and I have to make sure that as soon as I get my mind, I say, I'm going to walk, I walk. Because the longer I sit and contemplate, I will have talked myself out of exercising for the morning. So that is true. I have started to walking. Let me just change directions really quick. I'm not going to let you get out of this. You started talking about your childhood, your family being supportive. You tell me about your goals and things of that nature. I also noticed that you have obtained an education, which I find to be absolutely fascinating. Could you please tell everybody out there about your educational background?
Yeah, I started out, most of my elementary school through high school education was, I went to a school for people with disabilities. Basically, I feel like that was great for me because it allowed me to receive a regular education, the same as a public school education, but at that time, we're talking mid-80s, early 90s, public schools didn't have a lot of things that people with disabilities may need, such as therapies and things like that. They had adaptive driver's ed that they were able to offer me at my high school that a regular high school at that time would not be able to offer me. So I did that all the way up until 12th grade, and then once I hit college, I went to St. Joseph's College for my bachelor's.
Wow.
And I got a BA in psychology there, and then I pursued a master's at Stony Brook for social work, and I got licensed for social work in 2003.
Wow. I hope that what you just said resonated through every country that we touch, because there are a lot of people out there that have no type of physical limitations, but they lack the willpower to get up and get out and do things motivational or to further their education or just further themselves in general. I hope that what you are saying is motivational to those people who feel that they are limited, mentally limited, because they have not allowed their mind to grasp hold of the fact that the only limitations that you have are the ones that you put on yourself. Because just like yourself, a person who is wheelchair bound, that has cerebral palsy, but still managed to get up, get out, you've started your own business, have obtained educational accolades, and I hope and pray that somebody out there is motivated by the things that you said this night. I'm going to ask a personal question.
Okay.
You might kill me. Do you have a special someone in your life, somebody that you love unconditionally and loves you back? Because I feel that in this life, love is so important. A lot of us, like myself, I don't have anybody in particular right now, and I'm not looking for anybody right now. I just got to be honest that it's real slim pickings out there. I'm starting to get a little leery. But for those people that may have somebody in their life, I applaud them, and that's a good thing to have love and to be loved. But do you have a special someone that is there for you emotionally?
Yes, and I'm so grateful that I have this person by my side every day because believe you me, I went through it too where I was just saying to God, like, where is this person? I know you're supposed to be sending me somebody, but I don't know where they are. You know, like how timing never seems to be right?
Boy, do I know that.
I went through so much stuff. I've been with my current boyfriend for 6 years now, and he basically, like, I consider him to be my husband because he's just there for me in every way possible. If I need something physically, he's there. He's an emotional support. He supports everything that I want to do. And I just thank God for him every day. But I have went through it. And when I tell you I went through it. But there's a story I got to tell you. The one night when I got fed up, I just put it to God. I went to my bedroom and started crying on my bed and said, God, please, if it's meant for me to be with somebody, please send them my way, because obviously what I'm doing is not the right way, because it's not get me nowhere. Or if I'm not meant to be with anybody, please give me the strength to know how to go through life without someone and just let me do it myself. No more than 2 weeks later, I started dating my boyfriend who I'm with now. So I took that as a sign that God sent him to me.
Wow. 2 weeks? Oh, yep. My goodness. You hear that for all people that don't have anybody loving on them or not loving on anybody? 2 weeks? Wow. I'm not going to say it's going to take any of us 2 weeks. But, for the type of person that you are and how much you're giving back and how hard that you fought against your physical limitations to do better and be better in your life, someone like you was destined to get somebody that's going to love them, because you are putting so much love out there towards other people, loving what you do. You're so unselfish that, this is an awesome, awesome thing to have somebody in your life that you can say that you love them and they love you right back. In 6 years, wow. Some of us can't keep somebody for 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days. In 6 minutes, because I tell you what, within 6 minutes, I already know if I want to be bothered or I don't want to be bothered. I look at, I look at so many things. So I guess when the time is right, maybe I'll pray for that special
That's
someone.
Exactly it. Like I said, I went through so much, and I guess the answer is it's not always in our time; it's in God's time. So whenever He's ready, He'll send you the right one.
Oh yeah, 'cause he real busy. He's busy 'cause he just gonna have to make a whole man for me. Just he got to do a lot. He like, nah, when he think I'm ready, nah, she ain't ready yet. And then I get close, and then he said, nope, not yet, nope. I gotta know he's not the one. Let me just send this man on his way. But
yeah, he's gonna send you a special someone. 'Cause let me tell you, everybody, she's talking about me, but she's a pretty wonderful person herself. I haven't known her for that long. But whatever man gets with this woman, he's going to be blessed because she's got a good heart and she deserves the best. So if it takes a little time, that's all right.
Oh, you just go ahead and stop it. I'm too dark to blush. You couldn't even see it. You couldn't even see it. Yeah, but thank you so much for the compliment. I don't know. You really don't know me personally. I'm the type of person, don't put your feet on me. Don't tickle me. Because that might get you a chop to the throat or something. I'm just particular. I'm set in my ways now. Things have to be done a certain way. So for me, I really would have to step way outside of myself and just bring it all the way down and just get used to
you want me
like
to look you up? I could start looking for some people.
No, let me tell you something. No, let me tell you a story. You told me a story. I actually went on a blind date one time.
Oh,
and when
Lord.
let me tell you something. When I got there, I was wondering why my cousin and my friend were laughing. And I'm like, what's going on here? Now, something got to be wrong. They sit up here laughing at me. We get to where we were going to go, and, they're cracking up. They said, well, I'm talking with this one, and I'm talking with this one, and you got this one. And they start laughing. I'm like, oh, boy. Here they go. I wonder what in the world this man's going to look like. So we get there, and, they open the door. We go in, and the guy's like, hi, how you doing? The other one's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, okay, so this one is for one of my friends. This one is for the other. Okay, so where is the person that's supposed to be for me? Now, the other two men got up. The third one didn't get up, and I'll tell you why. This man had to be well over close to 400 pounds. And instead of saying, hey, he looked like he needed to say, hey, Kool-Aid instead of hey. When I tell you, I looked, and my jaw just dropped. I'm like, I'm going to kill them, like literally going to kill it. And he's like, don't be afraid, come over here. And I'm looking at him like, oh, I am very afraid, all right. Like, I'm really like, I'm going to get you. I was like, he said, I heard so much about you. And in my mind, I'm like, I didn't hear enough about you. I would not have come. And I'm not saying because of his weight. But not only because of his weight, his stomach was hanging out, and when he seen me, he did like something, like he seen some food or something. He started smacking his mouth. I'm like, oh God, no! I just gotta no.
Oh my God, no.
No. So I wind up. By the end of the night, everybody's talking. So I was trying to be nice, trying to be cordial or whatever, and he fell asleep. So he fell asleep, his tongue was hanging out his mouth. I was just like, oh my God, this night here, I just can't. I just can't. So I was so glad to get away. I told them, I said, if they ever did something like that to me again. But long story short, no more blind dates for me. I must
did all that too. I did all that internet dating and stuff. But, I guess like we just said, when the time is right, the time is right. And
100, the time was all wrong.
Yeah,
The
that
time
time
was
it definitely was. So that
definitely
just
all
means
wrong.
that your person is being created. And that's what we gotta believe. But
Yes, yes. So I definitely appreciate you for coming on tonight. I hope that you enjoy your trip with your mother.
thank you.
And I just want to say what a blessing you've been on my life, and for you to be helping us with this Uganda trip and everything else, and for helping to sponsor with Positive Queens and all of that. I wish you the best of everything that this world has to offer, and may you continue put that positivity out there, because I'm a firm believer that once you put out into the universe, it makes its way back to you. And I hope that everything positive that you put out into the universe makes its way back to you, because you are very deserving of just that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, and thank you. And I want you to have a happy and blessed night. And please kiss your mother and give your mother a big hug and tell her Happy Mother's Day on raising one of the best women that I have ever encountered. So thank you so much, Angela, with Angela's Travel. Before you go, can you tell everybody or anyone that wants to travel, can you tell them how they would get in contact with you?
You could just go on Facebook, and I'm under Angie's Travel, Ports and Voyages. If you don't have Facebook, you can call me on my cell phone at 631-935-6065.
Can you give it to her one more time?
631-935-6065.
Okay, guys, I hope you got it. And next time you want to go traveling somewhere, think about Angie's Travel, because she's an awesome person. And as you heard by the interview, this is not just in the interview, this is real life. This woman is just like that. That's why I am entrusting her in my travel plans. So thank you so much, Angela. Have a happy and blessed night.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for having me on.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Wow. What an awesome human being that she is. For all of you that are going through some things and not very sure about which way you want to go in life, or, you know, you may be at a stumbling block or a stagnated point in your life, I want to encourage you that by hearing Angela's story, that has cerebral palsy, and she had the stroke, and she had this since she was born with that. After she had this at a very, very young age, that not letting any of her physical limitations limit her from living her best life. And I want you guys out there, whatever you're going through, no matter what it is, you are, or your only thing that is stopping you is what you place on yourself mentally. Because as you heard with Angela, she's not letting her physical challenges cause her not to live her best life. And I want to encourage you not to let any physical challenges discourage you from living your best life. You know, I want to say this. There are a lot of people that have people that negatively about them, or when you tell people things that you want to do, they try to talk you out of what it is you want to do. I want to encourage you. Those type of people you don't need in your life. You need people that are encouragers, not discouragers. You need people that will speak life into what you want to do, not speak death to your plans and your dreams. You need to surround yourself with people that are uplifting you, not belittling you. If you are in the presence of someone, or you have a conversation with somebody who is, or they play a very intricate part in your life, you must be careful to guard your ear gates. Meaning, you have to be careful about what you allow people to say to you and how you allow people to say it to you. We only go through this life one time. There is nobody that I have ever encountered that has passed away and has been able to come back in that same life form that I have known them. Meaning, you only live once. So while you're here, enjoy life. Who you want to be. Do what it is you want to do. If there's something that you've been putting off and you say, hey, I want to go back to school, or I haven't got my GED, or I want to go finish my last semester of college, no matter what it is that you want to do, Go ahead and go out there and do it. The only thing that is stopping you is you. Stop the stinking thinking. I call it stinking thinking. That means that the mentality that you have that says, I can't do this because of this, and I can't do that because of that. With that type of mentality, you will never go far in life. You will never be able to do anything. I don't care if you're 20 or 60, whatever age it is that you are at now in life, be thankful for it and start from today. It doesn't matter what you were yesterday. It doesn't matter who or what you did yesterday that you're not very happy with. A lot of you are walking around right now with that same dark cloud over your head that you've been carrying for years because you have not been able to forgive yourself. The first part to success or to self-achievement is forgiveness of oneself. That means letting go any and everything that has stopped you from being who it is that you want to be. Forgiving yourself for something that you've done. You have to forgive yourself. Not only that, you have to surround yourself with people that are not bringing up your past, but are encouraging you in the present to be better for your future. See, the longer that you allow people to be dark clouds over you, you will truly always have storms in your life. But once you surround yourself with good people that are speaking about the good things and good times and that are motivating you to do better and to be better, you will get rid of those dark clouds and you will have more sunshine. See, you're only as good as you see yourself. Don't start with yourself and start soul searching. I mean really, really soul searching. You'll find that there are a lot of good points about you. See, when you wake up in the morning, I say when your eyes open, those are your curtains. Your eyes opening in the morning are your curtains. That means that it's showtime. And until your eyes close for the last time, until those curtains close, I want you to be the best person that you can possibly be. It doesn't matter what people say about you or what they think about you. What matters is what do you think about yourself? What limitations will you put on yourself? How long will you continue to beat up on yourself, or will you forgive yourself? Also, everything that has a heartbeat has a purpose. Take your hand right now and you place it over your heart. You feel that? That's your heart beating. That's your purpose. You take your hand right now and you put it over your wrist and you feel your pulse pulsating and beating. That is your purpose. You have to know that you have a purpose. You have to know that your life is full of worth and you're not worthless. A big part of mental illness is the way one feels about themselves. It's bad enough that people in society try to tear you down or try to belittle you and make you feel other than. But I'm here to tell you, you are worth more than your weight in gold, but you have to feel that way. You have to live that way. You have to be that way. Nobody here is perfect. I always say, never look at somebody else and you see such a white picket fence or think they have this perfect life, because everybody has problems. Their problems may just not be on Front Street like yours are. But never look at somebody's life and say, oh wow, they've got this beautiful life, they got this white picket fence, because you don't know what's on the other side of that picket fence holding that fence up. You don't know what that other person is going through. And just what you're seeing is a facade. You're at a masquerade ball. This person is walking around with a mask because behind that mask there's so much pain. There's so much of a storm in their life. And you must realize you have to start taking things for face value. Stop thinking that people have it all together. The ones that you think that have it all together are the very ones that are torn apart. The ones that are sitting around that are putting people down are those people that feel down. They don't feel very good about themselves, because if they did, it would illuminate in their life. And not only that, but they would want to passed on other people. I would say how you feel about yourself when you lay your head on the pillow at night. Who have I helped? Who have I hurt? Who am I going to help? Who am I going to help get rid of the hurt? When you are good to other people, said to Angela, it makes its way back to you. I don't care what state or what country that you live in. I don't care if you're male, you're female, you're a teenager, no matter who you are. You deserve to live the very best life that you can while you can. You're out there right now and you're in a state and you're feeling depressed. That's only a feeling. And feelings change. But you have to change it. Do not rely on anybody else to give you happiness. They can make you laugh. They can cause temporary joy. But it's you. You have to dig down deep within yourself and you have to find out what makes you happy. If you're in a relationship with somebody, if you have a BFF, a friend, or a family member, they should want the very best for you as well. And they should want to be a part of your happiness. They should want to see you happy. If you're not around those type of people, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And I don't want you to be afraid of getting rid of those people. Consider yourself as a hot air balloon. You want to rise up in life. You want to do better in life. You cannot rise or do better in life until you cut loose those sandbags that's holding you down. See, a lot of us have sandbags that are holding us down to the ground because we are so afraid of letting loose of that person that's treating us so wrong because they've been in our life for 30 years. Maybe that's the reason why you haven't gone anywhere for 30 years, because you had this sandbag that's been holding your hot air balloon down that's waiting to soar. It might even be your own kids. You know, that you may have to tell them, listen, I love you, but I love me too, and you're causing me a lot of pain. And if you really love me, you do what's right. It wouldn't stress me out. So I have to tell you that I have to allow you to live your own life because I'm going to live mine. Maybe in a relationship. I'm not telling you to leave who you with. Don't get me wrong. Don't say, I was on the line with Queen V and she said for me to get rid of this man or get rid of this woman. Don't get me in that kind of trouble. No. But what I'm saying is, if you have a mate that is not appreciating who you are, and appreciation is showing love. It's an action word. It's not just saying I love you. It's showing you that they love you. People can tell you they love you all day, but until it's an action, it means absolutely nothing. But if you're in a relationship and you don't feel like you're being valued, ask yourself why. Why are you tolerating that? Especially if you're giving 100%. You can't give 100% and somebody give you 20%. That's not good enough. You have to keep moving on and doing what it is that you need to do.
User joined your channel.
I just want to thank every person that's out there right now within the sound of my voice. I hope that tonight you got something out of the show. I hope that something that I said touched your life. Life is very, very short. We don't know how long we're going to be on this earth. But for the time that we do have on this earth, I want you to make a promise to yourself that no matter how old you are, from now on out, you're going to do what's best for you. From now on out, you're going to do what's right for you. You're going to put yourself first, because unless you take care of yourself, nothing that you can do for anybody else. I don't care who it is. If you don't take care of yourself first, there's nothing that you will be able to do for anyone else. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope to guys to hear the sound of my voice next week. I'm going to have another guest on. I have Tawana Jackson back, for those of you that had the opportunity to listen to Tawana. be back on the show next week, and we're going to have some exciting things that we're going to be talking about. So for all of you out there, I hope that you tune back in on next Monday and be a part of, I'm going to say, this movement, because that's what this show is. It's a movement. It's not just a radio show. For me, it's a movement, because each and every day I devoted myself to changing people's lives, to helping as many people as I can before I leave, because I feel that I found my passion, and that's helping people heal from the hurt that they've gone through, helping people realize that they can push on, find their power amidst the pain, or they can push on from the pain and find their power. A lot of people are still stuck in pain. They're still living lives that are filled with just being so boggled down by things of the past that they've done. So I want to thank each and every one of you, as my time is almost up, for joining Cards on the Table Radio with Queen V. And I hope to see a lot of you on the show next week. And thank you so much for tuning in. You guys, have a happy and blessed week. Talk to you next Monday. Bye-bye.